Hey folks, it's Friday afternoon, Friday the 13th, and gone ahead and done some more work on this since I ended on part 3. I told you we're going to come back and start doing some detail work on this, and that's what we're going to do. But let me cover what I've done so far on this, and I may have a little bit more to go, but I haven't decided yet as far as decals and things go. Went and made a sticker for the side here, for the corner, for Jerry's Bar, serving fine foods and spirits. And like it's an old, like this building right here used to be an old bar a long time ago, but now it's a cafe. And it's kind of weathered down, and this was done on a white decal as opposed to a clear one, so I didn't have to paint the background white or anything like that. But I went ahead and pulled it down, weathered it down, pressed it in like I showed you. Got a little wear and tear going on it. Added a few more decals to the front here. In addition to that, where like the cafe, they serve up smoke, so from people from the bar want smokes, they come over there. Hot coffee and pizza and stuff. A couple of atomic beer signs and some live music sign on the front here. There's going to be awnings on these right here, like that, for this. And this paper, I made this awning. This is on a piece of styrene, and I printed this striped paper up with the yellow and red to kind of go with the overall theme of the white and red of the atomic bar. It'll go right there. It'll probably have some support cables in here, or support bars at the bottom, going to the bottom. But there'll be something in here supporting this. I mean, it won't need it when I attach it, but in reality, it would. And this one came with the kit. This particular paper, it comes with the kit. It looks like that. But I've gone ahead and weathered it down and put it on a piece of styrene also, and it'll go right here on this one. And I made these two different sizes too. I made this one stick out a little bit further than the one for the bar, because the one of the bars is a little wider. And I just just to break up the monotony of it all being the same length, sticking out, having a couple different lengths. I put this piece of styrene pipe in tube for the support, because I told you after I talked about how we built this sign, the Czech Cafe sign. I'm going to get moving backwards here one of these days, sooner or another. Put this Czech Cafe sign, and we're going to put it right here, and I've showed you all that. But I've gone ahead and I made another one for the Atomic Club, but I only need this wire. I thought about putting two lights in, but I thought, nah, that one will be enough. And this one's a flasher too. It flashes. I'll show you this real quick. So when you have it at night, it'll be flashing and stuff and looking kind of cool right there. And it still needs a little bit of touch up on the paint around it so the light don't bleed through. But since I'm only going to use this one hole, and like I was telling you in another video, I drill all these holes by hand. I use just a regular old drill bit. I'll drill a pilot hole with a pin drill, and I'm sure y'all know what a pin drill is. You can either use a regular old hand pin drill, or you can use one of these little cool ones here that move up and down and does this drills for you. But drill a pilot hole, and then I just stick this in here and just start turning it by hand. You got to turn it pretty good, not hard. It's not that hard to drill through it by hand. But I don't use a power drill on it because that's overkill. And put this one on real quick and show you what it's going to look like when we get to it. But this little post here is just a support, just to have something to help attach it to. That's all. And it'll go on the bar like that. And then this one, this one will go like that, and this one will go like that. And then they'll get glued in. And they're going to have a support cable holding them up. And I've already got that made over here somewhere. I may have. Well, I had it laying right here. There it is. And it's just a piece of wire. I've already bent it to where it's going to go, and I'm going to have to drill the hole. But it'll go in. I'll drill the hole in the top of my little sign. and it'll go right there like that. And then when we get it to the building, this is about a 30-degree angle, if anybody's taking notes. And then I'll figure out where my hole needs to go on the building to keep everything nice and straight, and we'll drill the hole there, and that way it'll go in and look like it's a support for the sign. This one, since it's got two mounting brackets on it, I'm not going to need a support wire for it, because it wouldn't need one in real life. And granted, these posts are way oversized for the scale, but you know, hey, it's a model. Getting on to the other side, got the atomic beer, because they serve up atomic beer in this club where it's a home brew. Live music, and we already talked about that. Little bit of graffiti. That's about all I'm going to do on this one, because all this is we're about 1 inch up, maybe a little over 1 inch, because that's going to put about 8 to 10 feet. Going to have posters and signs of acts and bands and things that are playing, and probably come over here. May run a few over here on part of the cafe, because that's probably what would happen in reality, and put maybe a couple on the back. I don't know. But these two sides here are going to have the bulk of your advertising for those. And I printed these up. I actually printed up 2 sizes and figure out which one I'm going to go with. And these are printed in extremely high def. And as you can see, these are probably less than a 1/4 inch tall a piece. And if I can get those in there where you can see them. If I can see what I'm doing. You can see those and read those, and those are less than a 1/4 inch tall each. So they'll look good. On the back, we've worked on the back some already with our signs and things, and I've added this little apartment for rent sign here. Now I'm going ahead and put the decals on the door. I make decal sheets for doors, to cover up doors, and you know, these were just look like just these green ones right here, same size. They're 1/4 by 1.5 inches, I believe, and I was able to make one work for this door, one work for this door. These 2 doors are definitely different sizes. I just cut them down to where I needed to be, and I went ahead and put like a little radioactive sticker on this one, since this is the atomic bar. And I've got a couple of more of those printed up. I may use somewhere on the club itself, and before we get to doing the insides and all of that, because I don't really detail a lot on the insides with people and things. I just do sort of window treatment and silhouettes and stuff, because that's just a lot of time, and you know, not many people are actually going to see it. If it's what you like doing, man, hey, go for it. It's not, you know, I do sometimes, but not very often. Gone ahead also and made one of these little titchy train group fire escapes. Put it together, and I'm going to put it probably right about here after I paint and weather it down some. Now it comes with a ladder, but the ladder is nowhere near long enough. So there's another company, a Central Train or something, I can't remember the name of them off, but you can buy these, and they've got all kinds of ladders and stairs and stuff on them. And I'll be using this one because it goes all the way to the top from the bottom, and I'll probably run this thing all the way up to like it goes to the roof, and yeah, maybe cut it off a rung or two above the roof level. And since it's going to be laying flat against the model, I'm going to put some probably little pieces of styrene in behind it to make it look like it's out away from the wall, because you know, you really can't climb a ladder if it's sitting flat against a wall. You got to have some place for your toes to go. So I'll put a little couple pieces of styrene behind there and stick it out away from the wall, probably in scale about 6 inches or so. And we'll, you know, like I say, we'll put the little fire escape right about there. I was going to put it on these windows here, but really the ladder would have gone over top of the window, or the railing would have lined up in front of the windows. It just wouldn't have looked right. So I'm gonna go right here with it. I'll probably move it over, and then have that ladder right in the middle of the building coming up. And like I said, but you got the awnings built for the building and all of that. And started grabbing a few little detail parts here and there. I'm kind of playing around, looking at them, seeing what I want to I'm going to put on here. Got a little, this is a piece of this tube that I use for the, probably about, I don't know what that is, 1/8 inch I guess, that I use for the little brace in the front. And what I've done in the past on some of these is I'll take some wire and make the supports for it and put this over a candle and bend it so it looks like a pipe coming all the way up the side of the building. But I may do that, I may not. I've got a lot of other things I can use. I've got a pretty big selection of stuff that I've accumulated. Go ahead and start painting the windows up. The ones for the cafe side are going to be white, and the door, and these will be red. The door here will be red. I might change these colors. I haven't decided yet. This one needs another coat of paint on it. That one's going to go there. It'll be white. But I haven't decided if I'm going to leave them. I'm probably going to leave them those colors. I might put some yellow on here or something to stick with our whole red yellow looking atomic bar theme. May not. May just put some stickers on it, something like that. And that's where we're at so far. I'm going to work on this a little bit more, and if there's anything that I think that you might want to see how it's done, I'll turn this puppy back on and we'll do that. But in the meantime, that's what it's started to look like. And if this stuff started to age down pretty well, I really need to get some lighting. You can start to see how that brick, it shows through there on those signs. You can see the brick underneath of it, not the ones that are sticking out. I'm talking about the actual bricks on the wall. You can, when you're up here in person, face to face with it, there, see that? I'm sure these videos don't come out quite as well on YouTube as they do what I'm looking at, but that's where we're at on it. I'm going to build the divider. All it is, it's just your regular old black foam core board. You know what that is. It's just black foam core. That's all. I get that at Dollar General store for I want to say $1 a sheet, and it'll last me quite a while. And I'm going to build a wall right here to separate these two. Then I'm going to build a floor to separate these two, because I'm going to have a different kind of, put this around where you can see it. I'm going to build a wall to separate these two floors right here, because I'm going to have a different kind of lighting on these two floors than I've got on this one. All right, so that's where we're at. It's telling me to check my battery. I don't know if I'm even recording. Later.